Peace reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. Back like I never left, still I grind. Took a little time off, but yo, at still underscore I grind. The mixtape still out there, baby. Me spitting that fire and shit. I still got the BFN reports out there. Hashtag BFN Report. If you want to see what's been going on in the news, like factually, you know what I'm saying? Because that's what we do over here. And you could go to blackfoxnews.com/shop and get you some gear. You know what I'm saying? Support the movement, support the mixtape, man. The album that's on the way. Now check this out though. A lot of shit been happening, like since I've been going, but I'm gonna go with the wildfires. We're gonna kick it off with that because you talking about like the skies being left red, orange, you know what I'm saying, yellow and shit, like fire in the sky. I even saw a motherfucking a fire tornado going through these cities. You know what I mean? You're talking about so far 35 fatalities. You're also talking about 5 million acres burnt to the ground. You know what I mean? Washington, Oregon, and Cali, you know? Of course, it's getting linked to climate change. You know, you got your Governor Gavin Newsom's of California saying this, that, and, you know, your Donald Trump saying, you know, not admitting to nothing, like, you know, waiting to see what's happening. There's been rumors of arson, so we'll see. But you also, but though at the same time, shout out to Gavin Newsom for setting it up to where those prison firefighters can have their records expunged. And then that way they could be municipal firefighters. So he signed that bill on Friday. Salute to him. Green War on graduation though. This reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So you see them times we get, you know what I mean? Everybody want COVID-19 to be over so bad, but the numbers is still like, all right, 6.5 million cases, almost 200,000. Probably by the time you see this, it'll be 200,000. Deaths from it or whatever. It's still something going on, or it's something that went on, like if them numbers is even halfway there. But let's see, let's move on from that though. Knowing this, you know how Trump supporters feel about COVID-19. A lot of Republicans, it seem like right-wing leaning people. Well, the hypocrisy is like y'all not paying attention to the stats. They're not keeping it real because you have Trump having a rally in Henderson, Nevada yesterday, and it's the first rally he's had since the one in June at the Tulsa, Oklahoma. You know what I mean? That Herman Cain was at. Herman Cain died from it, but there was a surge of coronavirus cases from that. So he had this one. It was thousands of people there. You know, people of course are going to be worried about it, especially since it even violated Nevada's like ban against public gatherings of 50 people, like 50 or more people. So it's they just going against the rules. State rules, fuck them. Federal rules, fuck them. Like, dang, y'all some savages when it comes to this politics shit, man. Green War and graduation. Go ahead, MAGA. This reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Politico was reporting that communications aides for the Department of Health and Human Services have actually been constantly contacting, trying to retrieve and alter documents and reports of coming from the CDC, the Center for Disease Control, about COVID-19, coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? And apparently, and it was reported that the aides were complaining about how the negative imagery of the numbers would undermine Trump's optimistic messaging about the scenario. So it's like really just politics, especially with it coming out in Woodward's book about how he was lying on purpose. It's like they playing the same old games. Like the Republicans, a lot of y'all need to realize, y'all think this dude is so anti-politics. I mean, this is textbook crooked politics shit, ain't it? Like, this honest shit, right? Hey, how much y'all gonna take? Green War on graduation though. Peace reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. You know the shit with me, man. Still I grind. An album in the works, mixtape already out at still_I grind on Instagram. And you can get the shirts and Black Fox News gear too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Link in the bio. But the Washington Post is reporting that Immigration and Customs Enforcement tactical teams actually flew on these planes to get out. Yeah, hold on. Nah, I don't have a mask with me, but I wasn't going anywhere. That red sign? Oh, you talking about us? Okay. I'll go get one. I'm good. I can get one. Okay. I appreciate it. ain't about to slip me no match, you dig? So I'll take the Streets Report of the World Order outrage, you know, but Black Fox News shall continue. But as I was saying, so you have on the Washington Post reported that the Department of Homeland Security tactical teams actually been flying out on charter planes with imprisoned migrants to Virginia, basically to quell the protests that have been going on in D.C. Now, the thing is, ICE employees are barred from taking those type of charter planes unless they're immigrants on board. But check this out: once they land over there, they end up going to Farmville, Virginia immigration prison. You know, dozens of the migrants had actually tested positive for COVID-19 after arriving. And then in Farmville, 300 people end up getting infected. One person dies. So, you know, all y'all Republicans that be talking that, like, you know what I mean, this COVID-19 shit ain't real. Look how y'all be trying to play off of it, though. You know what I'm saying? It's some hypocrisy there and definitely some fucking carelessness. Green War on graduation, though. Support of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, shit's been kicking up with the coronavirus infections. According to the World Health Organization, this past day, 308,000 confirmed cases worldwide. That's a record. And that brings the total to 29 million confirmed infected worldwide, and about 924,000 deceased. As far as what people could tell, whether you believe in them numbers or not, but people making moves off of it. In Israel, they imposing a 3-week nationwide lockdown. This is their second one. They the first country to do a second nationwide lockdown, and you know, so they're trying to contain it there. And there was United Nations peacekeepers in southern Lebanon. 90 of them ended up with confirmed cases recently. It's a lot of and the United Nations Refugee Agency, they said they're actually going to step up in Syrian refugee camps in Jordan after they got their first 5 confirmed cases. Green War on graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in France, where on Saturday they had 10,500 coronavirus cases in a day, record breaking. They actually had police officers firing tear gas at these protesters. The yellow vest, protests are back. And you know, that's all about the economics and, you know, the government messing with their pensions and all of that. But you know, this COVID-19 shit, as you see, still making waves around out here, where in you have Oxford and AstraZeneca. They're actually going to resume their coronavirus vaccine trials after they halted it last week. They halted it for a week because somebody basically had tested and ended up having like severe neurological symptoms. So, but they're going to resume those tests back. And in the Brazilian state of Bahia, they're actually going to do a trial with Russians vaccines, and they're ordering 50 million doses. Green War on graduation. This report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, federal appeals court on Friday in Florida actually blocked hundreds of thousands of people from being able to vote in this upcoming election in November, the countrywide election, where this is all stemming from Amendment 4 that was voted for in 2018, overwhelmingly supported by Floridians to allow people with felonies to vote, who finished their time and all of that or whatever. So then the state senate made a push to make it so that they can only vote if they finish paying all their fees and fines. And that took away basically set it up to take away the rights to, even though it empowered maybe like 80, 90, 100,000, it took away the rights for like, I'm hearing numbers of 775,000. You know what I mean? So it's like, you know what I mean? You give, you know, that's why people say there's no point in voting. You know what I'm saying? Like that, anytime you even get hit to the system, they're gonna try to switch it up on you, you know? And that's why that's that white privilege bullshit that these Republicans be pulling. Don't even understand they pulling though. But you know what I mean, later for that Green War on graduation. Support of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Wisconsin, the Supreme Court actually temporarily blocked absentee ballots for being mailed last week, a week before the deadline, in order to while they decide on whether they're going to allow for this Green Party candidate to get on the ballot or not. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of tricky election stuff happening nationwide. Over in PA, shoot, the officials there can't even do any ballots right now due to a bunch of like lawsuits and another such shit. So everybody stay woke though. Vote if you think it's gonna do something, but we really need to turn up. You know what I mean? Graduation party on the way. You know the shit. Green Wall and graduation month. Still our grind too. At @still_our grind on Instagram, and check out the IG mixtape and the album coming soon. Peace. Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, Donald Trump was on White Fox News. They are counterparts, you feel me? But they don't keep it real, we do. So, I can say we they counterparts. And he's on Jeanine Pirro's show, this fake ass judge over here. You gonna hear why I call her that in a second. Who's interviewing Trump, and Trump is basically giving excuse or defending the police shooting of Michael Reynolds, who was actually one of the anti-fascist protesters up there in Portland, and that was killed. Now, after he was accused of murdering a far-right Trump supporter, right? But there's a witness that came up that said Michael Reynolds didn't have a gun, and that he wasn't even threatening the cops, who basically didn't even announce themselves and basically, just killed them. So Trump was on the Pirro show talking about, this guy was a violent criminal. She's like, yeah, there's a lot out there. And he's like, and the U.S. Marshals came in and they killed him. And you know what? That's what it's going to have to be. Like, basically giving credence to the notion that that extrajudicial killings are okay. Now think about this for a second. A lot of the times when we go over to these other countries and try to shut down whatever the fuck they got going on, it's about exactly that, extrajudicial killings. So now we have a president that's a right-wing president, Republican president, that wants to normalize that basically. And at the end of the day, being killed without due process, that's going to cause a war against police. This is why people wanted to fund the police. They have way too much fucking power. And this is why that right-wing Republican, everybody should have their freedoms protected. Bullshit is bullshit, because here you are, you have your president on your own side that's calling for state sanctioned murder. Green Wall graduation, man. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Still our grind, still trucking out here, but make sure you catch out the IG mixtape, still already out, @still_our grind. Official album coming on the way, and make sure you can get this at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Still our grind, you feel me? Still out here, still trucking, giving y'all these news reports @still_our grinds. The Instagram mixtape album on the way, but you can get the paraphernalia and other fresh gear too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. The link is in the Black Fox News bio. Now check this out. Benjamin Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, well, he shares that prime ministership with Benny Gantz, but this is somebody who's had power for a while, and it's even looked at to me like he's just been trying to figure out ways to maintain power. Nevertheless, he's in America, in DC. He's actually getting ready to sign a deal tomorrow that basically sets up normalizations and diplomatic relations between the U.S. Well, the U.S. brokered it, but really between Israel and the Arab United Emirates, the UAE, and Bahrain. So people are not happy about this, especially over in Palestine. You have the Secretary General Saeb Erekat of the Palestinian Liberation Organization. He's actually calling it like a military alliance, and it's looking like, it might as well be U.S., Israel, NATO being North American Treaty Organization. But there's even a clause in the accords that's calling for that allows for Jewish prayer at this mosque, Al-Aqsa, which is actually it's banned. People are banned from doing that. So it's looked at as like a crazy act of aggression. So I don't know, but at the same time, these are Arabs doing that. Are they not? So does Palestine get to speak for all Arabs? I don't know, but it looks like it might spell disaster for at least the Palestinians that might be in Israel at the very least, and definitely Palestine that's right next to it, and wherever that is. So, you know how that goes. They have their complicated territorial things. But That's what's happening. Green War and Graduation. This report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Still our grind. Make sure you check out @still_our grind on Instagram. Album is on the way, though, the official joint. You can get the paraphernalia too. Support the movement at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Link is in the BFN bio. Now check this out, though. And this past Saturday, finally, intra-Afghan talks resume. What am I saying? Well, for a while, there was supposed to be peace talks between the Taliban and the government of Afghanistan, the Afghan government. And those peace talks have been frequently interrupted. Even the U.S. was trying to, facilitate these talks. But there was a lot of violence going on, you know what I mean, from both sides. So we'll see what happens. They got to talk on some major issues. We're talking about civil liberties, women's rights, security, a lot. You know what I mean? We'll see what happens, though. Green War and Graduation. This report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Spain, you actually had them convict a former army colonel for El Salvador in Central America, Inocente Orlando Montano. He's actually served as the vice security minister for the country, and back in 1989, he sanctioned or ordered the murder of 6 Jesuit priests, one of the priest's daughters, and a housekeeper. Now, 5 of these Jesuit priests were actually from Spain, hence why Spain decided and had him extradited back in 2017 to Madrid. And guess from where? From the United States. It actually turns out the people that he got to kill those priests were actually a counterinsurgency force that actually was trained in the United States, or trained by the United States, pardon me. Possibly in the United States, but I'm not sure about that, but definitely by the United States. Nevertheless, 133 years they gave that Montano, you know. This is somebody that lived in the United States for 16 years, so I don't know, that shit sounds mega fishy. Green War and Graduation, though. For the other New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Peru, it's just one R, right? Not two. It's R. Peru. Anyway, the president, Martin Vizcarra, is actually has had an impeachment hearing opened up against him, and they're going in. They're saying this because he's being accused of obstructing an investigation into his allocation of government funds to this singer, who's not really a well-known singer, but basically he allocated government funds to the singer for motivational talks. So it's looked at real sketchy and they got those proceedings going. Meanwhile, though, keep in mind there's a lot of tension over there because Peru's in an economic crisis right now. And right now with COVID-19 cases, they actually rank 5th in the world despite only having a population of 32 million. Green War and Graduation. Report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Pakistan, there's a lot of tension in the air over these 2 crazy ass rapes that happened in the past few days. One was of a 5-year-old girl who was kidnapped, raped, and then set on fire in Karachi. And then there was another scenario where a woman with her children actually was driving, ran out of gas, and after it ends up getting gang raped in front of her kids. So the crazy thing is, the Lahore police, they actually blamed the lady for being out and not driving with a male companion and driving with the kids and all of that or whatever. Where it's like, man, that's wild and sensitive, but shit, at the same time, that's my advice to a lot of women out here. Even though Lahore is a big city, it is a big city, it's just you just can't trust crazy motherfuckers out here. If you can avoid doing that shit, then do that. Green War and Graduation, though. Report of the New World, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in the Democratic Republic of Congo, in the South Kivu province, heavy rains had caused this gold mine to collapse and kill 50 people. Now, things like this aren't uncommon in these unregulated type mines, but nevertheless, it's still tragic when it does happen. Congo produces a lot of gold for the world, and they also produce 60% of the world's cobalt, which is used in a lot of cell phones and other technical devices that's used out today or whatever. But it all comes at a cost. We ain't war on graduation though. News reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. Now y'all know we was shut down for like almost a couple months or whatever. So we ain't been doing the BFN report. So I didn't really get the report on that situation that had happened with Roderick Walker. This was a black dude that was actually ended up getting stopped by cops or whatever while being a passenger in a Lyft with his 2 children. And after a dispute over his ID and not having his ID or showing his ID or whatever, the ends up on being filmed getting damn near the life beat out of him by these 2 brolic ass white cops. You know what I'm saying? And why he cuffed and all of that, whatever, beating his face in, dude, you know what I mean, till he's damn near unconscious. You know what I'm saying? So that happened, whatever. But this past Friday, one of those deputies were actually fired. You know what I'm saying? From the Atlanta Police Department, or whatever. But it ain't 2 the deputies that was fired, even though it was 2 deputies that were on film beating the shit out of him. But at least some sort of justice was served. But honestly, somebody need their ass with. Green War on graduation. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report, man. Make sure you support the movement too at blackfoxnews.com/shop. Find the link in the Instagram bio, man. Support us. How we gonna keep supporting y'all? Give y'all that real, man. You can check it out. You know what I mean? Still I grind merch too, for my mixtape and the album that's on the way. Mixtape is @_I grind, but it's also stuff that will support the channel too. But check this out. So over in Compton, there was sheriff deputies, officers for Compton, Los Angeles, that were actually shot by an unidentified man. Walked up to their car and popped both of them and then ran away. Now these cops they survived it, and they're out of surgery. So, but keep in mind though, you even had last month the mayor of Compton, Asia Brown, who was saying that the sheriff deputies, they come into the town, they terrorize people, and then they try to cover their tracks. It's unacceptable. It must stop. So maybe this is a reaction to that type of behavior. I mean, Mayor Brown herself was arrested, pulled over, and detained by held by deputies for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So it's that type of environment. Green War on graduation though. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report, man. Make sure you continue to support the movement. We've been seeing the clicks, the likes, and the loves at blackfoxnews.com/shop, man. You know what I mean? Y'all keep going on with them clicks and up them purchases, whatever. We got all of the BFN gear, the newscasting gear, stuff for the ladies, kids, you know what I mean? Flip-flops, towels, pants, etc., man. Go ahead and check it out. Keep supporting us as we continue to support y'all. With this real, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people ain't giving it to y'all like that. Now, for example, in Compton, Los Angeles, California, for those who aren't from, I guess, the U.S. Anyway, there were 2 LA sheriff deputies that were actually shot by somebody who came up to their parked car, shot both the officers, and fled. Unidentified gunman. Now, keep in mind that the mayor of Compton, Asia Brown, just last month had talked about how sheriff deputies come into the city, they terrorize, and then they cover their tracks or whatever, and it's not acceptable. It's not okay. I mean, Mayor Brown herself was actually pulled over and searched without any reason being. So, and then you had KCCC reporter Josie Huang was actually tackled and roughed up by sheriff deputies just for trying to report and show the protest. Green War on graduation. This reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News Report. Over in at the Fort Hood military base, Congress, United States Congress, is actually launching an investigation into a series of deaths that have been happening at this base. Nearly 30 soldiers at the Fort Hood military base have died this year so far. And it's weird, including there's a Vanessa Gillian who actually was sexually harassed before she was murdered, and her main suspect had died by suicide. So it's I don't know if it's some crazy gas in the air, some shit, you know what I mean, some Looney Tune fucking fumes or something going on. But even over in 2 Navajo soldiers actually died in Fort Hood this year. So I don't know, people suspecting it's something to do with the soldiers or what's going going on at that military base. Green War and Graduation, though. Streets reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, over in the city of Laredo, however you want to pronounce it, Laredo, Texas, you had a Trump train, if you want to call it that, a Trump train, but a bunch of Trump supporters, pro-border patrollers, pro-border wallers, I should say, but actually had a rally and marched through the city. They actually this was partially planned by the National Border Patrol Council, and they actually had plans on marching and running through this mural that's out there that actually says, defund the wall, fund our futures. So they were gonna destroy this thing, but decided not to after some U.S. military vets had actually went there to repaint and defend the mural. So that's what politics looks like. Sometimes you need a little organizing, you need some counter organizing. But the motherfuckers are just dead wrong. How you feel comfortable running over a sign that says defund the wall, fund our futures? Seriously, you can't just spray paint out the part you don't like? I don't know. Green War Graduation. Report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, over in the Charlottesville, Virginia, they had a crowd out there on Saturday as workers had took down this statue of a Confederate soldier, and this was a statue that was actually near that deadly Unite the Right rally that they had, that pro-Trump rally that they had back in 2017 that left one person dead. That killed that pretty white girl, man. Dude had ran shorty over with the car and all of that. So anyway, so they got that statue taken down. Right now, Virginia Supreme Court is actually looking into. They're still deciding on whether they're gonna get these statues removed of Robert E. Lee and Thomas Stonewall Jackson. Stonewall Jackson, as most people's history always records him as being. Nevertheless, they were supposed to come down, but the Confederacy had actually got the city to successfully halt the removal of the statues. But they're deciding on it. We'll see how that goes down. I don't know how you feel about that. Because personally, unless they're gonna keep it real about the history, there's no point in removing that, because now you get to act like that white supremacy shit never happened. I don't know. I got mixed feelings about that. What do you think though? Green War and Graduation. News reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Portland, Oregon has become the first city to actually ban the use of facial recognition surveillance by private corporations, by private companies. So basically the ban that they set in, it was officially ruled on and voted in, is actually barring public agencies and private businesses from using the technology in public spaces. Now, this is something that, as I told y'all through BFN World Broadcast number 12, on how I showed y'all how they use that in China, and that actually pumps up their whole social credit score, and it's mass surveillance straight up. So for them to take that stand, they're being mindful of that. This is a technology that has not only it's considered to violate some basic freedoms that we're supposed to have, but also it has some racist biases to it. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can't really see the dark-skinned man as well with these computer technologies or whatever as you can with the white people. Well, I don't know. We need some more culturally sensitive programmers out here. Ding ding. You know what I mean? Wake up. You know what I mean? Spread the word. But anyway, that's what's going on over there. Green War and Graduation. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Now, y'all remember how Trump had actually banned, or said he was going to ban TikTok from being in the United States unless it was sold by the company owner ByteDance over there in Asia, whatever, ByteDance, unless it was sold to a U.S. company. So there was a bid for it. It turns out Microsoft was outbid by Oracle. Both computer giants. Well, now Oracle is set up to run the deal, which they had to have done by the deadline, which was September 15th, or else they would have just been banned from the country. The White House still has to review it. We'll see what happens. Green War and Graduation. Reporter of the New World Order, Bishop Grady, letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, y'all. Big shout out to Naomi Osaki. This is a Japanese Haitian woman that's been tearing it up on the tennis courts out here. You know what I'm saying? Y'all remember when she beat Serena too? Had Serena slamming her rack and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So this is somebody that ain't nothing to play with. But she did some G shit though when she was winning her U.S. Open. Her third Grand Slam title win, by the way. She actually wore the mass that had names of 7 different victims of police brutality. We're talking about Breonna Taylor, Tamir Rice, George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Elijah McClain, Breonna Taylor, and Philando Castile. And, you know, to put on for those families with that much spotlight, you know, I think that's some real, that's just some stand-up shit. So, you know, salute to her. You know what I mean? All praise and blessings, though, man. Greenville and graduation, though.